I'm here for an important reason today. I'm here to talk to you about the candidate that I've endorsed for President of the United States. And the reason I've endorsed him is for the very reason that I'm involved in politics. I haven't been in politics that long. This is my third term in the House, and I've moved forward into the speakership pretty quickly. And one of the reasons I think I was able to is because as I became involved and I spent the first term in the legislature, I began to realize that the Republican Party in New Hampshire had a problem. And the problem was this, that we weren't presenting to the people of New Hampshire a clear conservative alternative. We weren't going to the people of New Hampshire and unabashedly saying, we're Republicans, and we're Republicans because we believe in limited government. We're Republicans because we believe in liberty. We believe in personal responsibility. We believe in a government that should be a modest government, a government that should be turned to as the last resort, not the first resort, a government that should assume that we are adults and that we can care for ourselves, that we can make decisions for ourselves. And when I came into the legislature, I was confronted with a Republican Party that when you talk to people, they had good instincts. You know, the legislators I worked with, they had good instincts, but they didn't think the people of New Hampshire would respond to that kind of message. And we'd spent just decades being, I think, embarrassed about being Republicans. And we decided, there were some of us in the legislature, decided that the Republican message, the conservative message, is an attractive message. It is a message that speaks to what is to the essence of being an American. And we just had to get out there and talk to people about it. And the failure to do that over time not only led to decreasing numbers of Republicans in New Hampshire, it led to decreasing majorities in the legislature, and finally it led to 4 years of a Democratic legislature. And during that time, after we had suffered those defeats, those of us who remained in the legislature said, we're not going to put up with this anymore. We're going to come forward with a strong, strong Republican message. And we're going to present to the people of New Hampshire a clear alternative to what it means to be a Republican and a Democrat, a clear alternative between what it means to be a liberal progressive and a conservative. And we think, and we were right, that the people of New Hampshire respond to that. And when we did that, this last election, we were able to get 75% majorities in the House. And so, as I told you, we decided that this message is one that will be successful in the state level. And I submit to you that this is a message that we have to take to the people of the United States, that we can't any longer have those who bill themselves as the party establishment saying to us, be embarrassed about being a conservative, be embarrassed about the strong message of liberty and limited government that we say we stand for, but we don't nominate candidates who will promote. And that's the reason that I've taken a very, very strong position in supporting Newt Gingrich. We can't have a candidate who's a Massachusetts moderate, a timid candidate who will go to Washington and be the tax collectors for the Democrats, go to Washington and fix the problems that they've caused, but not limit the opportunities for those problems to arise again. A Republican who will say, I have to tax you, but I feel bad about doing it. When we put the budget together in New Hampshire, we made a clear choice. We said no more taxes. We're going to shrink government. And we reduced state spending, this budget that we just put in place, by almost 18%. I ask you, among the presidential candidates, who has the history of doing that, who has the experience of doing that, who has the principles of doing that, and it's not a one-term Massachusetts governor who left with a office, having been elected to no other office, with a 34% approval rating. It's the necessity of us turning around from this disastrous presidency, this presidency that's done us one favor. What he's done is shoehorned 50 years of creeping socialism into a 3-year period and demonstrated the way this country is going. And so he's done us that favor to show us change is needed, transformative change, and there's going to be one candidate here who has the history, the experience, the ability, the track record that will turn around this country, and that candidate is Newt Gingrich. So I'm so pleased to be able to come to you and endorse him and ask you to listen to him, and I think you'll reach the same conclusion that I have. Now, before